in. Fix this Instagram. That's a little better. IG. And my last one I need to go live on is on YouTube. Let me put my AirPods in. Hello. Periscope. Thank you for the heart. I love Periscope. I do not think that I have my title in on Periscope of this broadcast, but I will put the title in. Let me get my laptop. Thank you for the hearts. Thank you for the digital love. Share this with your followers. Share this on our screen. You're coming in on YouTube. Make sure that you, hello. Make sure that you're coming on YouTube, that you hit the, thank you for the love, Periscope. Make sure you hit that thumbs up button on our platforms. I'm a little tired today. Oh man, Periscope showing me so much love to, I can't be tired, right? I cannot be tired. They got the hearts coming. And so that's one of the main reasons why I want to go live, because I give Facebook and YouTube so much of my attention. I'm not on Periscope that much, right? I'm not on Periscope that much. So Periscope, thank you so much for the digital love. It's something I wanted to discuss today simply because these are two issues that I dealt with, right, today, and I just feel like, thank you so much, Periscope. Man, Periscope got the hearts coming. So Facebook and YouTube, if you don't want me to log off, make sure that you share, you like this video. Instagram, thank you so much, Periscope, for those hearts. Thank you so much. I call it my digital love. That's going to encourage me to keep going, right? So let me share this one last platform, and then I may or may not share to my page. I may or may not log into my account and share some results that I saw today from my credit services, from my credit clients. So you all coming in, make sure you hit like and hit share. YouTube, I just see one thumbs up, YouTube. This is a shirt that I purchased. I don't know if you all can see this, but it says on a mission, right? On a mission. I purchased this in support of a business in Mississippi, right? And that's what I'm on. So I really wanted to make the title of this video how I earned $18,000 in credit repair. Okay, I'll answer that on Periscope. $18,000, how I made $18,000 a month, my credit repair business. That's what I really want to discuss, but I'm not going to discuss that tonight, right? Because really, Periscope asked me what was the ruling about the new FICO 10. What was the ruling Monday on the new FICO 10? Where they updated pretty much into that topic, and you know why I want to. YouTube, let me know if you all can hear me well. YouTube, thank you for the gold hearts, Periscope. It's so nice. I think I have my settings correct. So YouTube, let me know if you can hear me well. And if everything is good, so someone on YouTube give me a comment. I think I'm good on Facebook. Thank you, Marvin, for sharing that video on Facebook. Hello, Lee. I think Lee likes it when I say AKA Liz Brown. So starting off, the ruling Monday about the FICO 10 is that it was unanimously voted in favor for by many people in the Senate and the House of Congress. Now, this is the thing. Although it was unanimously voted for, right? And they're saying we want to implement a new scoring system you know, there are a high percentage of Americans right now that are living with a 720 credit score. And so the banks still have to decide if they are going to incorporate this and if they're going to implement it. Now, what will happen with most people that do quote unquote credit restoration? Hello, Curtis. Hello on YouTube. Most people that do credit restoration is simply put, it won't be that you can just remove negative items. Thank you for the hearts. Thank you for the love on Periscope. On anyone's credit score anymore, right? That you will have to definitely help people pay down their debts. Now, it really won't affect anything that I do because now personal loans. Curtis, thank you for subscribing to me on YouTube. Make sure you all subscribe on YouTube. Periscope, make sure you follow. Facebook, make sure you like and you share. But I've always stressed that just removing negative items off of your credit report and not paying down debts will hurt you. So I've always had my W-4 wealth strategies in place. I've always helped people find extra money. Would it be out of their paycheck? Well, you know, out of their paycheck, and that's what I call my W-4 wealth strategy. And so that helps people from anywhere from $200 to $600 a month additional out of their paychecks so they can start paying down debts, whether it's their personal loans, student loans. Also with student loans, and this is on topic but off topic. Did you all know, for example, with student loans that if you get your adjusted gross income, it's called the AGI, and you have enough deductions to claim, and your AGI is lowered, that your student loan can be set up on an income-based repayment plan, right? Which means you can pay lower. Like, for example, my tax strategies that I have, because of my business tax deduction, it really lowered my adjustable gross income. And so not only did it help me on the side that I work in public school systems, which is called the Public Service Student Loan Forgiveness Plan, but it also helped lower my adjusted gross income, which means I was at one point scheduled to pay, I think, $168 a month on my student loan, but now I am scheduled to legally pay $0 a month, and it goes towards the debt, right, of my student loan payment. So it counts as a payment, and it's paying down the debt. Because under a public service forgiveness loan, for example, if you work in a nonprofit organization or 501c3, 120 on-time payments, never missed payment, will totally eradicate, get rid of the debt. Yes, I am on Instagram. I am on Instagram as _Queen of Credit. _Queen of Credit. Curtis on Facebook says, YouTube said, can you explain to people that once you fix credit, the door opens for many investments like rental properties, stocks, and to buy assets in the recession? Yes, credit. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. It opened up so much door. Curtis, I'm also learning cryptocurrency, right? I'm also learning cryptocurrency. I love to just study money and using my credit, because this is what I do, for example, with my cryptocurrency and with my stocks investment. This is what I do. I have the money in the bank account, right, to invest in stocks and cryptocurrency. But I prefer to do it with my credit cards, and this is why. Because in doing it with my credit cards and making a transaction with my credit cards, not only do I get the rewards points, which I use at the end of the year to take a vacation with my daughter and I. We're going to really look at going somewhere out of state. What we did December of 2019 was go to the Lakers-Clippers games in Los Angeles, California. If you all follow sports, you know that was the highest ticketed sales game in the history of the NBA, right? But because of the rewards that I had on my credit card, I had to pay nothing out of pocket. And so I accumulate awards throughout the year, and that's how I reward myself with a free vacation through credit. And I also pay that balance off at the end of every month so that I'm not paying interest on the credit card, but I accumulate the rewards, points, cash reward cards. And yeah, thank you so much, Periscope. Thank you so much. And I help people that once they have their personal credit in position, right, to get approved for their Chase Business Inc. card that I use, which offers the highest rewards. And so what I mean by that, help people, is a lot of people, especially if they have new businesses, right, they don't know how to put their projected income for the business for the highest rate of approval. Or they put an astronomical number, let's say $250,000 for a new incorporated business like a LLC or a corporation, and that immediately throws a red flag. And to now the bank wants you to verify that, right? And so, we plug the numbers in, we put the projected finances in, especially if you have a newly developed business, or what your projected expenses are, right? So even with personal credit cards, it's getting to the point now with personal credit cards, that's why credit is so powerful, that they want you to verify your income, right? Just a point where if you put numbers in of income, you didn't have to verify that. But what people don't know and they don't understand is that you can put your totality of household income into those applications. Thank you so much for that, Digital Love Periscope. Facebook, Miss Smith Ginger asks, how do I go about to obtain your services? That's a great question. Go to my website, www.fixmycreditandcash.com. Go to Book Online. It's a small investment of $50 to get your credit audit. And I will give you the best strategies that you should use, right, to get your credit at the highest possible point based off me analyzing it and looking at it and giving you a credit audit. So again, go to www.fixmycreditandcash.com. There's a tab that says Book Online. Marcus Smith on YouTube, thank you so much for that super chat. Thank you so much. Marcus Smith, send me an email. Let me type it in. You said, can I refer to you, my credit person? I sure will. Send me an email at ld@fixmycreditandcash.com. Send me an email saying you want a referral for a good tax specialist, whether to position you for your student loans or to just give you because one thing about taxes, for example, let's say you went through my services and I got charged off, deleted from your credit report, for example. Well, what would happen is, you're welcome, Ms. Smith. What would happen with those charge off is sometimes the company that charged off that account will send a 1099-C in the mail, right? A 1099-C in the mail, and that will be added as income, right? Because that debt was eradicated or erased, and you did not owe. And so what that does is put you in a higher tax bracket, right? And it lowers your tax refund if you were in position to get one, and it also have you to pay more taxes on that debt. So my tax specialist can definitely help you with that. Curtis, that's an open-ended question. What's the right card to apply for with a 620 credit score with 1 year's of history? I would have to really look at your credit report and see what type of card that you have now. What's your goals? Why do you want a credit card, right? What are you trying to do with that credit card? Do you want that credit card at 0% interest rate? Do you want a good rewards card? Do you want a card for traveling? So that's really a question that I would not be able to answer until you paid or invested in that $50 consultation fee for me to really look at your credit score and to have an email conversation with you about what's your financial goals, because I don't know what that one credit card is that you currently have. And then even if I did, I don't know your goals. So that one card that you might have now may be a low limit secured credit card, for example. And if it's a secured credit card or the limit of your credit card is low, then there may be some moves that you may have to make depending on your goals, such as adding an authorized user, getting an AU account to give you a higher credit limit, and then you apply for your own personal card. So real quick, I don't want to keep you all long, right? My topic, Periscope, I don't have it in my subject, but I will change that, is dealing with HIPAA and medical collections, right? Dealing with HIPAA and medical collections. Now, I'm stating this because I just worked on a client's medical collection bill that the debt collector wrote this client, right, in attempts to collect a medical debt, meaning that this client had medical services performed at I think it was a hospital. Some of my clients' cases is not a hospital, right? It could be a clinic. And when disputing collections or debt collectors on your credit report, it is totally different, right, than legally owing zero to a debt collector. It's just like student loans, people. With a student loan, you can get the student loan deleted from your credit report, but that does not stop that creditor. That does not stop Navient for being able to subpoena you to court for that debt. So you have to dispute the original creditor, right? As well as now with student loans, because you have to provide some type of signature, whether it be your wet ink or electronically, right? Student loans are often accurate as far as what you owe, but it can be reporting, right, on your credit report inaccurately, meaning that if it's just one clerical error, the account number is reporting wrong, right? The account number is reporting incomplete. The balances are wrong. Your late payments are wrong. Your account was in deferment, right? Or forbearance, and it's reporting 150, 120 days late. Those three legalities will position you to get any and every account that's not reporting 100%. It cannot be 98.9%. It cannot be 99%. All your accounts on all three credit agencies, TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian, must be reporting 100% accurate information. So if it's not reporting accurate, if it's reporting incomplete, or if it's not verified, right? And verification does not always mean your signature. Just think about it, people. If you apply for a credit card, for example, that does not require your signature. So stating to debt collectors or the credit bureaus that they must provide your signature on accounts, and accounts that you didn't even sign for, right, is the wrong chess move to make. I'm giving you the best strategies to improve your cash flow and your credit situations, and that's why credit is queen. Because in the game of chess, right, I was just reading this today, I'm going to quote this to you. In the game of chess, chess requires knowledge, skill, endurance, and more importantly, psychology. I'm going to say that again, right? In the game of chess, Chess requires knowledge, skill, endurance, which means you got to be patient with credit repair. You can't give up, even if you know it's reporting wrong. And the first time your affidavits are mailed out, the credit agencies write back and say, hey, it's verified. You have to have endurance in this credit and cash flow game. And it requires psychology, meaning that people, I'm going to say it again, skill, knowledge, endurance, and psychology. Meaning that if you don't have the knowledge of the law, you will not get the results that I get. I had a client, for example, told me, well, I went to Midland Funding, and I hope he's watching this. If not, I'm going to share it with them. And I asked them to verify the debt with my signature. And I asked him, well, the account that Midland Funding purchased from the accreditor did not require your original signature. See, people, the only things that require your original signature is when you get a mortgage loan, right? When you're renting a rental agreement, when you are purchasing a vehicle, right? Or in some cases, when you go to a clinic, right? Or a doctor's office, and it's your HIPAA laws, right? They're asking you, is it okay to release your HIPAA to a third-party collection agency in the event that you do not pay that bill? Now, what is HIPAA? HIPAA is the Health Insurance Portability and Accountability Act of 1996. So, once you dispute a medical collection from the credit agency, not only do you have to dispute it from that agency, you have to dispute it directly with the debt collector. If you do not, the debt collector can legally summons you to court for that debt. So asking for your wet signature does not work with debt collectors, and it does not work with all types of collections. Because if it's a medical collection, just know the Health Insurance Portability Accountability Act of 1996, right? I don't do taxes on Periscope. Of 1996, it does not just include HIPAA. It just does not include HIPAA. To get a medical, to legally owe zero for a medical bill, which means not only getting deleted from your credit report, but not being in a position where that creditor can summons you, subpoena you to court for the debt. You must also know the HITECH Act, HITECH, that was issued in November the 30th of 2009. Your medical privacy status, right? And it's so much things. The FACT Act, the Fair and Accurate Credit Transactions Act, that was issued July 1st of 2010. So when people try to Google a letter and they tell me that, hey, I tried to ask for validation for myself, then you don't know how all these laws and how all these inner workings work. And I'm like, you know what, there's nothing I can do for you at this point because it's getting to the point of subpoena. But had you enrolled in my services, you would have legally owed zero, nothing towards the debt. So typically the follower response are as follows, right? When you're going with the original creditor, whether it be a medical collection or a regular debt collection that's non-medical, right? Non-medical, they will typically respond this way. Number one, they'll show you no proof at all that they have an agreement with the original creditor to collect this alleged debt. This is usually how it works. If you ever receive something in the mail from a debt collector, they will inform you have 30 days to ask for validation of this debt. And the typical response sometimes is they will show you no proof at all that they have an agreement. See, this is it. You're asking them to send you a document with your signature. They're supposed to send you proof that they have an agreement with the original creditor to collect this debt. you don't know what to ask for, and you don't know the laws that go with the asking. You have to know the law, and you have to know the language, right? R2, this is what happened. They have no copy of a signed contract where you allegedly agreed to pay the charges. They do not need your wet ink signature, right? They need a contract, a contractual agreement to where you agreed to pay the charges. People, they need that before they can legally collect from you. R number three, the medical bills, if it's a medical bill, right? If it's a medical bills, reveals personal medical information about you. The medical bill reveals personal information about you. So if the doctor, right? If the doctor or the hospital share anything on the bill that alludes to your condition or what you may have been treated for, they may have just broken your privacy rules. People, Google is not going to set you free. These templates that you're trying to get free will cause you to fail, and it definitely will cause you to get subpoenaed by the courts. So I just dropped a whole lot of game, right, of making you aware. See, these videos just to make you aware, to keep you woke. It's not to give you my intellectual knowledge that I make my living off of to build my business and to help my clients. If I'm going to give you that information for free, then I'm not in business. I'm a nonprofit organization at that point. I'm making you, stay woke. I'm making you aware so that when you're filing bankruptcy over medical bills, that you don't have to, because these debt collectors just buy the debt. They don't have these legal documents, the 3 documents I just discussed with you, in place to legally collect this money from you. Now, will they come to you the first time and just lay down and not give you a quote? No. More than likely what they're going to do is send you a printout of a bill in the mail, people, and that's not validation. It's not legal, especially if it's medical, because that printout in the mail just reveals some of your medical records or what procedures a doctor or a hospital or a clinic performed on you, which just violated your medical privacy rights. And it just does not include HIPAA. It includes high tech. It includes a lot of medical privacy rights. So let's get into this point. Prove that you actually owe the debt if it's a non-medical collection. Yeah, Curtis on YouTube said, LOL, many black people, our black and brown community, think nonprofit is going to save you, only knowing the law. Good evening on YouTube. So what does it mean? What does it mean when I say that any and everything that's reported inaccurate, incomplete, unverifiable on your credit report can be deleted? Whether it's a student loan, although you still owe that student loan, you still owe, right? Your credit report is just a printout or snapshot of how you pay your financial accounts. It does not release you from the original creditor, right? And that's okay if you thought that. I at one point thought that too when I was younger. Oh, if I just get this student loan deleted, I won't owe the student loan. Yeah, you're still going to owe the Department of Navigation. You're still going to owe the Department of Education. It just won't show. It's just like if you were a student in school, your A, B, C, D, or F just reveals your performance in the classroom, right? That's all your credit report is, right? Your performance in the classroom. So, exercise your rights. This is all I do for you on your behalf. I allow you to exercise your rights by demanding that companies prove you actually owe these debts and that they are being reported fairly and accurately, right? It can't, over 50% of credit report contain errors, people, and unfair entries. Over 50% of credit report contains errors and unfair entries. Even if the amount is off $1, even if the amount, the balance is off $1, just $1, the date is off 1 day, a late payment, if it's off just 1 day, right? Your name is misspelled. This is what a lot of people don't know. Even if your name, and that's so big in the black and brown community where names are misspelled, your address is wrong. That's why when people get my credit consultation services and they enroll with me, they get this service and I do not charge them anything. It's like a $125 service that I can charge just to delete and update inaccurate misspellings of your name and wrong addresses or addresses you no longer live in on your credit report, right? All of these are valid reasons, right, why you can get removal or deletion from your credit report, right? All of these are valid reasons for removal or deletion from your credit report. So why not make the credit agencies prove this to you? The burden is on them, right? See, it's not like your taxes, right? When you do a tax refund and the IRS want to audit you, right, then the burden is on you to prove that everything that you filed on that tax return was accurate. When it comes to credit, the burden is not on you. It's on the credit agencies, on TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian. So the burden is on them to accurately report, not you, right? And these companies are so big, and they're not federal. A lot of people think they're federal. They're just private entities, private big businesses. They are so big and so disorganized that literally, right, they're so big and they are so disorganized, they literally make millions of errors, or they lose or destroy, right, the original paperwork that that they should have on file, right? And some of this original paperwork should have your signature on it, especially if it's a repossession, for example, especially if it's a mortgage reporting, right? Especially if it's a student loan, right? And so with that being said, but if it's a charge off a credit card and you never provided your signature in the first place, then you are doing it the wrong way, right? So the big people when it comes to non-medical collections is usually midland funding and portfolio recovery. The same thing works for them. But if I get midland funding and portfolio recovery, delete off your credit report, you still have to go directly to midland funding and portfolio recovery directly to now make them validate the debt with the disparities, right, that I just stated earlier. Do they have the original documentation on file? Do they have the contract from the original company that they are even able to collect that debt from you people? And so what you don't know about your credit is causing you millions and thousands of dollars. Now, it's 8:33 my time on the West Coast. It's like 6:33. And I have a lot of people from the West Coast. Any questions at this time? Any questions? Put the microphone down. I try to answer them for 5 minutes. Any questions on any of my platforms? Instagram, Periscope, YouTube, IG. Any question? YouTube, if you're new to the channel, I will put my website if you want that that credit audit. Everyone else, when I upload my videos, I will put that my link as well. You will see book online. It's just small deposit investment of $50 to get that credit audit, that credit consultation. Allow 2 to 3 business days, people. I've had someone who just emailed me their credit report. Oh my God, they emailed me their credit report 5 to 6 times. You know what? Give me 2 or 3 business days. I know I make you feel like you're the only person in the world that I'm working with. I promise you. That's why I don't need to get on any social media platform and degrade another person in the credit repair industry. There are millions of people out here that need credit help, but I offer you credit and cash flow help. All right, Mr. Brown, will the new FICO 10 have any effect on obtaining business credit? It will, in the sense, Mr. Brown. For example, the new FICO 10 under the FICO 8 and really the FICO 4 for mortgages, which a lot of banks and lenders use. It does not have a big effect, a much effect on your late payments, like 20-25 points drop. Now the FICO 10, if the banks want to adopt it, will drop your score 40 to 45 points, and it will keep it that way for 2 years, right? For 2 years. And so with business credit, what will happen that if under this new FICO 10 for this summer, if you have a high amount of personal debts, personal loans on your credit report, that will affect. That's why I tell people 2 things now. The best time to get your credit restored is right now. Actually, it was yesterday. But if you didn't start on with me yesterday, the best time will be tomorrow because it's late. To get it done today because you want to give yourself a 680 or higher credit score. Because people that's really at that 650, when this new algorithm takes in place this summer, right, you can immediately see a 20 or 30 point score just drop, boom. And now you're in the low 600s, which is not good credit. What's the first process to establish business credit? Make sure you don't have any bankruptcies, no late payments within the last 2 years, reporting bankruptcies at all. And you cannot have any more than 5 inquiries on your credit report. 5 inquiries, no more than 5 inquiries within the last 2 years as well. No late payments. And also, if you have personal credit cards, you want to make sure those personal credit cards are not maxed out. Meaning that you want to make sure those balances are, I like 10%, right? I like 10%. That's where my W-4 wealth and getting you more cash out of your paycheck comes in to get you that extra money. But for example, if you have a $5,000 credit card, you want to make sure that that balance is below $1,500. I like it even lower. Thank you so much on Periscope for putting that in. So you want to have, and usually the rule of thumb with business credit is your highest credit card limit. Really would like to get that at 10%. So if it's a 5,000 credit card, I really like it at 500 balance or below. I really like people to pay their credit card balance off in full so they don't get charged any interest rate, right? That keeps your credit score at the 850. But a rule of thumb is your highest credit limit on your personal credit score will usually be the highest approval, even if your credit score is high. If you have less than 5 inquiries, you have no bankruptcies, you have no late payments within the last 2 years, it will match your highest credit limit. So this is the only time, the one and only time that I recommend that people get authorized, authorized user trade lines that are at least 10,000, 20,000 or 25,000, 30,000 or higher. Then you apply for that business credit card and you'll have a higher limit business credit card. For example, my first business credit card was a $10,000 card because I had a $10,000 personal credit card reported on my credit report, right? And so I got approved for a Navy Federal personal credit card with a $25,000 limit. And now when I apply for my next business credit card, it matched that $25,000 and then $50,000 and then so forth and so on. So they like to mirror your credit limit because they look at your personal credit and they say, you know, if this person can manage $25,000 on their personal credit card, they can surely manage that much on a business credit card. Okay, Curtis, good point. What stock apps do you recommend? God, people, listen, look, I'm not giving you all financial advice. I'm not. This is just strictly education. Now, my area of expertise and excellence is credit. By no means. You know what? Let me try to do this. I'm not sure how it would look because I'm on 4 different screens at one time. Thank you for the digital love. I'm going to try to do this. I'm going to try to show you all the charge off deletions after his clients. I'm not going to try it. It's going to be blurry. But I can just tell you this, because this was the most challenging credit report that I came across. They had all of the major American Express, Discover, Capital One charge off, Bank of America. It was 2 of those. Lendcred, Collection, I think Roundup, Collection, and some more. It was over 10 charge offs. But the thing was that their charge offs was from, and they had a Wells Fargo. It was from the big banks. American Express, Discover, Bank of America twice, Wells Fargo, Capital One, charge offs. I'll charge off. I've heard people that's been doing this longer than me, have a bigger following than me, say, hey, we can't remove Wells Fargo charge off. We can't remove American Express charge off. Let me tell you, those got deleted from this person. Midland, they had 4 Midland funding collections as well. I promise you. And I know this by heart because it was the most challenging one. And I would love to tell you I got that did for that person in 90 days. But you know what? Quick credit repair fixes are landing people in jail because they're doing it under the false intents or information that this person is a victim of identity theft. And it's not only landing the person that's doing it in jail, it's not only landing the person that's conducting it in jail or jail time, they're also coming to these people jobs and arresting them because they're making a federal claim that I am a victim of identity theft, right? And so this person was highly impatient. As a client, it was very rude to work with. And I took a little over 30 days, a month off because they told me, hey, do you just stop doing my credit report? I'll find somebody else. And I was like, okay, But the competitive person in me and me honoring that I would work with this person. And I'm telling you, it's January. I just looked at this person account. I'll try. Give me a second. We've been on long enough anyway. Let's just roll with it. I will try to show you all because I just had it up on my screen. Let me see if it's still up, and they may have logged out the account by now. I think it's going to be blurry, but I'm going to try. Hello from Scotland. Hello, Periscope. Oh, you all just don't know how much I enjoy meeting people from different states and just dealing with them. Okay, someone asked me, what is your biggest stress when dealing with credit? I don't know if it's dealing with people who don't know that it's simple, but it's not easy to get those deletion out their credit report, or dealing with the many people that send me messages or email and they want me to give them the game for free. The game is to be sold, not told, and I'm not even selling it. Now, I do help people. Let me see. I do help people with their own credit repair business with a partnership company that I'm in and that is creditable, right? I'm sorry, it came off my screen, but I'll do it another day. But I'm not going to give you I'm not just ready to do that because my intellectual knowledge is powerful. It is powerful. And then some people ask me, well, what piece of literature did you read? Do you think I just read 1 or 2 books to get this? I read a series of books over years. It all started with my divorce and really hands-on helping my ex-husband fix his credit, right? So this is years of research. So when people ask me what literature did I read or blah, 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 this is just a small bookcase behind me. You all probably can't see it. I have a whole room of books. So that's not even something that I can answer in a sentence or a message or even a phone call, right? And I screen the people that I work with, because when you get your credit analysis, this is how it's going to work. I'm going to send you a text message or email, and it's going to show you exactly how to email me your credit report. And you can read it, or I even have a less than a 5-minute video explaining it. And some people would say, hey, can I call you so you can walk me through how to email your credit report? Well, I know exactly you're not going to be the client that I'm going to work with, because when you get your results in the mail or online through Experian, they do a lot online notifications. If you can't scan and email me those results, then you've voided the contract, because you have to communicate that to me. You have to get documents notarized. You have to scan and email people. We are in the day era of smartphones where anyone can scan and email documents from their smartphones, right? So, but often I tell you, not only is it written instructions how to email me your credit report in the HTML format, I have a small video to help you. So whether you're an audio or visual learner, I did all that for you. Ashanti said, so did they pass the new FICO? Just got in here. No problem, no problem. The Congress did pass the new FICO. At this point, it's up to the banks whether they are going to adopt it. It was passed on Monday. It's up to the banks, and no credit expert can tell you if the banks will or will not adopt it. My personal opinion is that they will, because we just know that President Trump got acquitted today. He's going to be reelected as our new president. And you know what? I don't know if you all are into conspiracy, but I've watched The Simpsons, right? The cartoon, The Simpsons. They predicted that the economy is going to crash on President Trump's watch. So I know that's not, but we are long overdue for economic crash, right? And it's going to happen after the election, is what I think. If not, it's going to happen early 2021, right? And they know that the middle class people want to use or leverage their credit to get these foreclosed, to get assets. And I think this is the chess move that they're doing. They're going to drop this summer right before the recession, to make sure a lot of people, middle class, do not have the credit that they would need, because they know you're not going to have the income, especially with job losses that was coming, that's coming up. Retail stores are closing. Macy's just announced that they're doing, mass layoffs in the next 2-3 years. Antonio, I see you on YouTube and Facebook. Hello, Antonio. And so, it's coming. The question is, are you going to prepare now? Or are you going to be a victim of it and deal with your bad credit? So, hey, send me an email, www. I already have everything in place, people, though. Just when you get your tax refund, don't waste it. Don't waste it. If you have some outstanding debt, if you need that tax strategies to help you, if you have outstanding student loan, because some people, even with student loans, they email me, hey, my student loan is being garnished, just like people with debt collectors, right? And they wait till they get summons, or they wait till their student loan is being garnished from their paycheck, and at that point, there's nothing I can do. You followed me for months, and you want to wait to the point till it just gets, out of control or in the hands of the courts. And when it's in the hands of the courts, I can give you something to say when you go to court, or debt collector. But, if you don't know this information for yourself, and I won't even give you that for free, but if you don't know this for yourself, it's going to be hard to articulate that in court before a judge. I'm not saying it's difficult, because I did it for myself. Even when I had my surgery, I had endometriosis, I had medical bills in the thousands. And I represented myself in court and saved myself from thousands and thousands of dollars. All right, last thing, Ashanti. Been watching your videos, just got certified through CCA to do credit repair. But now I'm learning, soaking up information, just fix my own credit. Great job, Ashanti. If you want to join this team, this company that I'm a part of, it's just a small investment, $249. It's great residual income. To do credit repair, send me an email, ashanti@ld@fixmycreditandcash.com. Since you are certified and you already have some knowledge, this will be a great way for you to tap into. But what's even more great about this company is they actually do the work for you. Right now, I'm at the point that I do it myself. I want to purchase a house before November. Maybe I should wait till after November. Hey, purchasing a house during a recession, whether it's for you to live in individually or for you to rent out and get that cash flow and get that residual income, it's a great idea. Housing is always cheaper during recession. So if you want to get your credit fixed for November to be a home buyer or to get the cash flow from renting out homes, get started now, people. Don't wait till July and you know you want to make these boss moves in November. Because just like the client that I was telling you about that had all these, especially if the changes in the algorithm or change in the FICO 10 is adopted by these banks. Don't wait till the last minute if you can. And so if you have the money now, if you get in tax refund, whether you want to start your own credit repair, I don't think I tell people about credit repair, is have some information and knowledge about it, because I cannot help you get your own clients. I can help you get your own clients' results, right? Thank you so much. Having good credit will protect you by building an arsenal of cash and credit. Someone asked me about stocks, and I told you I was not a financial advisor. I'm a newbie and beginner in stocks. I'm also a newbie and beginner in cryptocurrency. I've really been liking crypto because I'm still learning stocks. And crypto, over the last month that I've been involved in cryptocurrency, and definitely not Bitcoin because it's $9,000, but other big cryptocurrency and altcoins, I have seen a steady pace. You know, sometimes it's dropped, but for the most part, it's been giving me a greater rate of return back on putting my cash in crypto than just holding in the banks. Miko, that was my high school boyfriend name. Miko showed to say, I want to buy a house this year, but can I also buy an investment property this year as well? I don't know, Miko. That's like an open-ended question. I don't know what your credit score is. I haven't looked at your credit report. I haven't did a credit audit. So, I mean, when it comes to you can do that, but it's just so many moving pieces when you want to buy an investment home. Like, do you want a townhouse? Do you want a complex? Do you want a multiplex? Right? Some people just want to have more than one tenant. They don't want a residential house where they're dependent on that one tenant. But Miko, I think you and I are from Mississippi, right? And so residential homes in the state of Mississippi might be a very, very good investment. Honestly, Miko, I would tell you this. From my experiences, again, I'm not giving financial advice. If I could do it all over again, I would get a rental investment first in real estate. I would get that rental investment first, and then I would get my own personal home to be a home buyer or a home investor, and that rental cash flow would pay for my own home. I would not do it out of pocket. Or income job. I would not. I would let that residual cash flow pay. I would let real estate pay for my real estate. And I hope that makes sense to you. So in this credit and cash flow chess game smorgasbord, the queen move that I would make would be get the investment property first and let that property pay for my mortgage. And that's how you never pay a mortgage again another day in your life. Right? Versus the Dave Ramsey approach or advice of get 2 jobs, pay off your mortgage, pay off your house, pay out your debt. You'll never be debt free when you have a house. You always have property taxes. But what you can do, right? What you can do is to get a tenant to pay for your mortgage. And then when you get your own house, because I tell people I prefer to live in a home over an apartment. I lived in both. Just a certain amount of privacy that you have in a home, and I like working in my yard, is that now once you get a home-based business, which I also offer that through credit repair, another great reason to have a credit repair home-based business, right, is that you also get business tax deductions as well from your home, which makes your home more of an asset and not just a liability, right? Because Robert Kiyosaki teaches us that home take money out of your pocket. When you have a home, the maintenance, the upkeep, right? HVAC, that takes. But when you buy a rental home, that puts money into your pocket, right? Because even if you have to pay maintenance on a rental property, you're still more than likely cash flowing over your maintenance issue that may arise. All right, well said, leverage. Thank you all. I will upload these videos. If you want me to mentor you, you have your own home-based credit repair business. You have the knowledge, small investment of $249. The great thing about this, that if you need your credit fixed as well, right, you can also get your personal credit fixed, and they will teach you the W-4 wealth strategy. And one of the great models of a home, of this home-based credit repair business, right, is that your W-4 wealth strategy, whether you're a 1099 independent contractor or just an employee who's receiving a W-4, right, they will maximize the money that you are receiving from your labor and fix your credit. Now you might ask me, well, what's the difference in their credit restoration program and mine? Theirs is month to month, so you might not get the results. But let me tell you, anyone that's have a very advanced credit profile of 10 or more charge-offs, collections, or bankruptcy reporting, you may have to wait up to a year anyway, right, to get those deletions. But I tell people, especially when it relates to bankruptcy, would you rather get that bankruptcy off in 12 months or a year, or let it stay on there for 7 to 10 years? What are your options? Either you're going to wait a year and get it deleted. It might be deleted in 6 months. I got bankruptcy deleted in 40 days. I've had some deleted in a year because they had 12 accounts connected with them that was discharged, right? I've had some take longer than that because they've had a bankruptcy and repo. But I've had bankruptcy in 40 days. Easy breezy, And so, are you going to wait 7 to 10 years? A Chapter 7 stays on your credit report to 10 years. Chapter 13, 7 years. Jesus, if Nico going to get a rental property, he can't use FHA and must put down 20%. Yes and no, Rico. You can use a VA loan, for example, if you want to get a multiplex, multi-unit. But there are ways, if you're not getting a residential property, that you can use an FHA, right, to invest in it, right, to invest in it. So yes and no. Like, for example, with me, let me log out. My FHA and my mortgage right now does not even report on my personal credit score, on my personal credit report for various reasons. So look, okay, so I had to do that. So it's something of inaccuracy that came out of my divorce. So this mortgage doesn't even show, But I mean, of course, with FHA, they want you to still list your debts and everything, and to do it. But when it comes to condos, multi-units, whatever, then the rules are a little differently with that. But the great thing, if you are military, VA loans, you can use those all day, every day, right? For your investment properties. Hey, I'm signing out. So glad you all joined me on a mission, the Queen of Credit. Let me help you with your credit and cash flow. Now is a best time than ever. If this FICO 10 is adopted by these banks for you to leverage your credit repair business. So if you want to do that, email me at ld@fixmycreditandcash.com. You have some knowledge about credit. You have some knowledge about cash flow. You're in a field, or you know people that you can help with their credit, right? Very small. Let me tell you, my biggest return from credit repair in 1 month was $18,000. I, as a teacher and a coach, net $48,000 a year here in Mississippi. So that was 1 month in credit. 1 month in credit. Also, the Robinhood, I think I said I do Robinhood. I'm a beginner in stocks. I'm not sure, if I would do a lot with the stock market right now because, the stocks are priced the highest they've ever been. So I'm just sitting and waiting till the economy crashes where I can buy those stocks really, really cheap and inexpensive, like Tesla. I'm just hoping Tesla goes down to $200 or $300. I'm just hoping. I definitely would buy some Tesla stocks, man. They've been performing off the charts. So I'm just learning the game about that. I may take some classes on Forex, but I don't want my attention going in so many different directions. But I will put that Robinhood link in. And then I'm also looking at altcoins and cryptocurrency that's been bringing me a good rate of return. I would like to do stocks trading, right? Trade in one day and get out, but I don't know a lot about it, specifically in the area of I've heard of Webull. It's just not something that I use right now, Curtis. Yeah. So Robinhood is very user friendly, and there's a lot of people on YouTube that teaches you how to use the Robinhood for investing in dividends and penny stocks. And so it's a lot more information on YouTube about Robinhood versus Webull, right? So that's it. I'm signing out, Queen of Credit here. And you all have a great night. Get your credit and your cash flow up.